Hi, y'all, and welcome to Monday Night's Treasure Vortex with Gypsy Jules from YouTube's Zero Discrimination, as well as her website, gypsydigs.com, and myself, Amanda Digger Degaz. We have special guests tonight, Expedition Treasure Hunt, and can't wait to bring them in. I know that I have not gotten to catch up with Gypsy in the last week. It seems like Monday nights are our nights to try to say, hey, how's it going? What's going on? So let's bring Gypsy on in. And hey, Gypsy, how are you this evening?
Hey, I'm doing wonderful. Doing great. How about yourself,
I,
Amanda?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. There is some serious storms coming up by us, and hopefully the show will hold on, and yeah. But other than that, doing all
Yeah,
right.
fingers crossed. So, man, I know when you get hit by those storms, it wipes out a lot of your power. So, hopefully, it'll hold strong. As for me, it's sunny and hot in Texas, and even though it's hot, I wish I was out detecting lately. But I did this all last week. I was gone treasure hunting for our TV show. Out got to go in a cave, and
Yeah.
some of you might have seen my post. So that was a blast, and got to go on a private plane and fly over the cave from an aerial view, and it was really cool experience. So other than that, I hadn't been able to get out.
Well, it looks like you had a great time out in the cave and stuff.
It was so much fun. But how about you? Did you get to get out any?
I went out mudlarking, but not for too long. Basically, we've had the storms just about every afternoon, and they're the type of storms that you do not want to be caught out on. So, yeah, just that. Got some cool beads and some clay pipe stem fragments. I noticed that, started to get the emails of fall hunts and really got me going and thinking about, oh, I can't wait to get out and start metal detecting again. Really hoping, I think the storm's passing through tonight. The weather's supposed to break, so looking forward to possibly getting out maybe this weekend.
Well, wonderful. I hope you get to get out and find some treasure. And me, I'll be traveling this weekend, so I will not be available next Monday,
Yep.
unfortunately. But sorry, I'm trying to clear my voice. I don't know, allergies or something. But yeah, most of you that already know or listen to the podcast, you probably know I'll be flying out Saturday to film and treasure hunt in Honduras, the Caribbean, on Roatan Island, and so really so super excited about that. I cannot wait. It should be epic, and hopefully I'll have some stories that I can share with you. I don't know how much I'll be able to share, but at least some stories to share with you when I get back. So maybe we can have a special show on some of that when I get back. But
Sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. Yeah, it would be great. Great to catch up that way.
yeah, well, I think enough about us. I think we need to get right into our special guest. I'm really excited. I don't know too much about him. I know Amanda had given me just a brief little thing. I know we've got. We just have one guest tonight,
Yes.
but it's
Yep.
a team, and
And it's a little bit different. So instead of
a
us,
little bit different.
yeah, it's the opposite of the treasure hunting. So let everybody give a warm welcome to Scott Wyrick. And hopefully I said your last name correctly, Scott. Welcome to the
Oh, you
show.
nailed it.
Perfect.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Glad to have you on.
Thanks for being here, Scott.
So,
Absolutely.
expedition treasure hunt. So, you want to give a little bit of a synopsis on what it is you do?
Sure. We are exactly the opposite of what your podcast is about. Instead of finding treasure, we hide it. So my buddy and I got this wild idea to go all over the country and hide treasures in public lands. It's typically a $2,000 to $3,000 treasure consisting of gold, silver, cash, gems, kind of whatever comes out of the treasure box for that week, to total up to $2,000 to $3,000. And then we put out YouTube videos, Instagram reels, stuff on social media announcing it. And inside those videos are all your clues to find said treasures. So unlike other treasure hunting things you've seen before, there's no poem, there's no riddle. You just have to be really astute with what you see and hear from videos and go find it.
That's awesome.
Very cool. That is so cool.
So
a
when
little bit different from the Phineas. Sorry, a little bit different.
Yeah.
From the big treasure that was given the clues that a lot of people went all over trying to find.
Mm-hmm. So the whole. I'm sorry, I kind of missed that. You were talking about Forrest Fenn, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same style of hunt, except you have no riddle. Instead, your riddle is Instagram reels, it's YouTube videos, it's all the little things we say that may or may not be a clue, and you just have to start hunting it down from there. Where Forrest Fenn, he released the poem, the book, and then mostly walked away from it, except for a couple podcasts and interviews he did where he let out a little bit more. If a treasure doesn't get found in quite some time, we'll just start releasing more clues until somebody finds it. The whole point of these treasures is to get people outside and get them finding them so we can hide more.
Love it. What a great concept. I thought about doing something similar for my YouTube channel after, that Forrest Fenn treasure had come out and got so popular. Of course, nothing that big, but that just sounds so much fun. Like you said, gets people outside, gets them interacting and treasure hunting and just having fun, as a family or individual, just gets them out of the house.
100%. And that's exactly why we do this. We're both my buddy and I, we're in business together and we're friends, right? So we are blessed to be able to travel all over this country and see all sorts of remote places and beautiful things. And we're standing there and we're like, man, more people need to get out of their house and come see this. It's absolutely magical. And that's exactly why we hide treasures. It gives you, your family, your buddies, your friends, strangers on the internet, go meet up and go out and search for these things. They're always going to be somewhere pretty. They're always going to be somewhere wild. And, well, that's not necessarily true. We got one in the city, but they're normally really wild. And it'll bring you to some interesting place regardless, and it's always worth the adventure.
Wow. I can think of a million questions, but I know Amanda's itching to ask a few too. So.
No, it's all right. I was going to say, is how long, when did you start this endeavor?
So this is kind of a resurgence of a legacy project. My other buddy, Scott, we're both Scots, which makes it confusing enough, and we're both Scott W's, which makes it doubly confusing. But my buddy Scott actually started this as a solo project, gosh, I want to say 6 or 7 years ago, something like that. And it was on a different platform in a different way, and it was really kind of a newsletter. And then when COVID happened, everything shut down. So a lot of the places where things were hidden, people couldn't go. So the project kind of got put on pause, and the passion project got pushed to the side for real life because we also do gold mining, gold reclamation for gold mines, and all these other businesses, and that kind of took over. So we're just now firing this up again. We were running all over the country doing gold mining stuff, and he kept talking about how he used to hide treasures. And I'm like, wait, that's wild. How is this not the biggest thing on earth? And after a few weeks of talking about it, we decided to just start doing it again. So right now we have 7 treasures out there. I'm meeting up with them in a days and we'll have an 8th treasure out there. And unfortunately, the social media side, the videos are all recorded, but they need to be edited and then put out to social media. So clues will start trickling out. People can start finding these things. But now is really kind of a new generation to this treasure hunt, even though it's been going on a long time. And there's actually a couple legacy treasures that were never found from 7 years ago. We're doing a whole new push at it to try to get it into more people's conscious so they know it exists, so they're going out with their families and they're actually trying to get these treasures.
That's awesome. And you said you are sharing the hints on YouTube and Instagram?
YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. There's a Facebook group as well. It's kind of all the social media platforms. But just because it's all the social media platforms doesn't mean every video gets shared on every platform. So there's kind of a strategy hint for you. Maybe you ought to check out all the different social medias if you're going after a particular treasure and glue some clues together.
Now, all your social medias are Expedition Treasure Hunt, correct?
Yeah, it's Expedition Treasure Hunt across all the social media platforms.
Wonderful. That makes it easier to find. Do y'all have a website as well?
There is a website that is currently under construction, and it wouldn't hold much good for the populace right now anyhow.
Okay.
It's more current information. Definitely stay to the social media side of things.
Okay. All right. Well, man, you're making me want to go follow y'all. I'm sure, talking to all of us, quick question though, Walt, before I say that, most of us, our followers are, gold prospectors, metal detectors. I would say probably predominantly metal detectorists. And then other types of treasure hunting like, like
mudlarking,
Amanda mentioned earlier, mudlarking or privy digging, bottle hunting, that kind of thing. A lot of dump digging where you find bottles and etc. So I'm sure a lot of our listeners would be really interested in checking y'all's social medias out and maybe trying to find some of your treasures because that's right up our alley for sure. But have y'all ever tried any type of treasure hunting yourselves using metal detectors or etc.?
Actually, that's
besides the gold.
We do the gold mining, right? So that's a giant treasure hunt, and the actual treasures that we've gone to look for, we have been, terrible would be a good word for it. Terrible at it. We're not very good treasure hunters. We're way better at finding gold and turning that into bullion so somebody can make a treasure out of it and then hide it. But it's something that we've both talked about getting into, at least a couple metal detectors, so we can do it on a hobbyist level and go just find neat stuff. But no, neither one of us are really deep into the treasure hunting. Besides the lure of like the Dutchman mine my dad always told me about when I was a kid, thinking I could just walk into the desert and find it. I haven't had a whole lot of aspirations